Hello, my name is Ian Bowen. I'm a patrol sergeant for the Athens-Clarke County Police Department, currently assigned to the midnight shift. I have 16 years with the agency, been on the SWAT team since 2005, and the head defensive tactics instructor since 2014. I began the IDD program in the fall of 2017. The average American police officer is overworked, underpaid, and has a family. This combination makes for a busy schedule, high attrition rate, and low motivation. The law enforcement patrol officer is ranked 14 out of 20 for the most dangerous jobs this year for fatal injuries. It places second out of 20 for non-fatal injuries. That's where the cause is intentional injury inflicted by another person. Understanding the constraints and having a desire to improve morale, safety, and the health within my department, I devised a possible remedy, a method to engage officers to pursue activities that would benefit them. I designed and implemented the Police Readiness Challenge with the help of my partner, Detective Sean Cagle, and that's what I use for my project. I recognize three main areas that are often overlooked by the extremely busy patrol officer: fitness, defensive tactics, and firearm skills. Every officer recognizes the importance of these skills, but many lack the motivation or support to practice them, except when mandated. Currently, only yearly firearms qualification is a mandated skill. I broke down navigation into four main areas: information, skills, registration, and current skill level. The next version will have an easier way to get back to the home page. Here I utilized an accordion slide from input received from one of my classmates, Eleanor Cotton. I use it because of the amount of text on the slide. So here, it describes what the challenge is, what participants must do to complete the challenge, how to register, and why they should do it. As you can see, my home button disappears, but that's why I left the menu on the side. Next is skills. We'll start off with fitness, also known as WADS. The Police Readiness Challenge gives some much needed scaffolding for the skills provided by more knowledgeable others as resources. The fitness skills set was devised using CrossFit methodology and our in-home fitness center. Barriers were diminished for officers by providing 3 levels of difficulty to choose from: easy, medium, and intense. Examples of each difficulty level along with descriptions and videos of the exercises are provided. I decided to leave the text and scroll bar in the description, but I added an audio for narration as well. The demonstration of the WADS here are the full versions, the intense difficulty level. Each video has a pause and play button with a short description. Here I put the description off to the left. Here I put it on the bottom. Although these are the full versions, I mentioned that the scaled versions could be accessed in the Resource tab. The Resource tab is a Word document of the scaled versions that could be pulled up. Next we have the range. The firearm skill set was devised in a similar fashion as the fitness. Officers were provided with 4 options to achieve the 2 required firearm sessions for the challenge. Each of the 4 options has a more knowledgeable other to be there for questioning and guidance. Again, information is provided in the scroll bar with an additional audio narration. Since firearms is a use of force, I included quizzes to go along with it. So they could be filled out and submitted. But if it is wrong, it'll take you to some remedial training. And then the quiz can be taken again. I included videos of a range day with some officers to give a feel of what takes place. And then I have another video. And then back to the skills. Moving on to DT. With the support of my police chief and the assistant police chief, I have developed one of the few regularly held Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training classes for police organizations in the country. Our officers can attend classes on the clock or get paid for training on their off days. For any officer not familiar, I break down what the DT program is and how it was developed, also with the option for audio. Since it is a high liability skill, there's also another use of force quiz. So here they could pick and fill it out. If they get it wrong, remedial training, and they also have the option to go to another quiz. There's also an option to look at some training videos of open mat sessions to see what it looks like if it's been a while since they've been, and a link to a video of training gear, and then some still photos of training gear with the link to outside resources to make purchases. The last layer has a link to the purchases where they could go and buy the equipment they need. Current skill level allows the officer to rate where they think they are at a various skill. So if they have some experience in defensive tactics, there's a video of what our training looks like. And some of the skill sets we try to develop. Fitness level. Added narration along with the commentary here. And this example, I give the standard WOD, then an intermediate scale version with a link to instructions on how to do kettlebell swings. So shooting skill is the same. It's ranked from failing qualification, goes to a passing score, good, 90% to perfect. And here it'll bring them, so this is a little bit above qualifying but less than 90%, so some tips, and then a link to a video for some drills they could do at home. So this is if they failed. And this is if they shoot at 90%. And then I threw some humor for anything that people place on perfect. Tell them to get involved. For DT, a meme from the internet, Jason Bourne making fun out of that. But for fitness, I did show some of the world record times that are out there. The last thing is registration. And there's a link here how to get to the spreadsheet. This is an example of it. This was pretty early on in the challenge, but the names are off to the side, shirt size, their weight, and then they put down the date they completed the various WODs. For mat, open mat or DT, same thing, and then range, same thing. Now the last aspect of the challenge was motivation. So I wanted to keep officers somewhat accountable, and that's why I have this public document where completion of workouts in the range and all that is logged. Additionally, I asked them to put their starting weight down, and then their ending weight when they finish. And then a shirt size. I was able to obtain a $34 budget per shirt, so I think I designed a pretty good shirt as another motivator to get people to complete the challenge. And that's my police readiness challenge. I tried 3 times to keep it under 10 minutes. I couldn't do it. Thank you for your time.